What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 8 of SPS season 9. This week we're up against QWERTY, who has a pretty scary team with Lycanroc Dusk, Golden Go, Mega Venusaur, Mew, Great Tusk, Terra Audino for some reason. In the back he also had like Incineroar, he had Darkspun. Notably he had Iron Bundle. I'm ungodly surprised he didn't bring Bundle to this because I thought Bundle went crazy. But it's possible maybe he just couldn't slot it. I'm assuming Water Audinos for Chi-Yu. Tusk is like a round 1 pick, so like he's probably gonna bring that. Oh, Tusk kind of loses to everything I brought except for I guess my specific Tropico set. Mega Venusaur is like always a problem to prep for. Like it pretty much invalidates like anything that doesn't have flying or psychic coverage. Golden Go covers flying and psychic very well. And Mega Venusaur also has thick fat, so it doesn't really care about fire. So like anything else that resists fire is just an added bonus, basically. Except for I have Chi-Yu. And yeah, Lycanroc has like priority. Like QWERTY has a really strong team, I feel, and he also has like a Mew on top of everything. And I think people are saying like, oh, Mew's not an 18-pointer anymore because its stats are just a little bit too far behind, but it still does a lot, and you don't really ever know exactly what's gonna be. So the way I prepped for Mew was I did not prep for Mew. I just kind of hoped that Roar Trapagos would be fine. So yeah, my Trapagos is very specially defensive because I wanted it to eat Iron Bundle hits. I'm running Terra Starstorm, Flamethrower, Rapid Spin, and Roar. So in case he tries to set up with like Mew or like something else, then I can just roar it out. Torn is Assault Vest with Bleak Windstorm, Focus Blast, U-Turn, and Heat Wave. Tapu Lele is Choice Scarf with Psychic, Moon Blast, Shadow Ball, and Focus Blast. Oh yeah, he had an Orthworm too, which is the only reason I had Focus Blast on the set. I guess in case, well, if I thought he was going to be like a bulky-ish Lycanroc, then if he had taken any chip, then Psychic kills it, so... But yeah, and just extra coverage for Audino, just in case, I suppose. Chi-Yu is actually Life Orb Nasty Plot. So the thought behind the set is my opponent has both Incineroar and Darkspun. Darkspun, notably, is supposed to be the Chi-Yu check. However, +2 Psychic after with Life Orb just kills it. Especially defensive, Darkspun just dies. And Incineroar dies to +2 Overheat, basically, unless it's like AV, I think. So yeah, that was kind of the plan, was just delete something with Chi-Yu. But Chi-Yu can also come in on like Golden Go and like threaten that out. I outspeed Tusk. And like everything else, I just kind of threaten it. Even as a thick fat mon, and Venusaur just can't stay in on Chi-Yu. Manectric is here because it outspeeds everything, and also I was gonna try to get Kill Eater with it if I could. It was pretty close to Kill Eater. Spoiler alert, it does not end up getting Kill Eater. But it's kind of funny because QWERTY, his bundle has Kill Eater on his team, and it was really close to Kill Eater overall, and I would have loved for him to bring bundle just so he could get Kill Eater with it, because it definitely would have claimed something here. But he didn't bring it, unfortunately, which means I think Alex Santeri's Urshifu's probably going to end up being the Kill Eater. Because Manectric was a little bit too far behind to, I think, get Kill Eater in this game. But yeah, my Manectric set is Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Toxic, Overheat. Basically, if he's not like Spidef Tusk, Tusk just dies to 2 Overheats. And my last mon is Rocky Helmet Leafeon with Leaf Blade, Knockoff, Synthesis, and Baton Pass. Basically, it's like the same thing I brought versus that Terratop and Bulu. Its only purpose is to check Lycanroc, and if he doesn't bring Lycanroc, then it can check Tusk, and just kind of pivot around. Specifically into like Chi-Yu, I think it does like a decent job at doing that. So that is the game plan. I'm going to mute the battle. As I just lead Chi-Yu, I don't know why I led with Chi-Yu. I thought maybe he would lead like Lycanroc or Mega Venus. I don't know. I actually don't know like what the purpose of me leading Chi-Yu here was when Lycanroc was kind of an obvious lead. But yeah, I'm gonna be forced to go right into Leafeon, and he clicks Stone Edge, which is okay because I tank it. I'm gonna Baton Pass. I actually find out that he's Choice Band Lycanroc because he didn't take Life Orb Chip. I think he low rolled me with Choice Band. So yeah, I'm gonna go right into Chi-Yu now. He Mega Evolves, doesn't matter. Overheat just kills it. You've never seen a fire move OHKO Mega Venusaur from full. Yeah, Life Orb. Chi-Yu just has that power, and basically every time I get in Chi-Yu, it claims a KO. Every time he brings in Lycanroc, it like basically claims a KO. Except he has to work like a little bit for it, so I basically like auto win this game because he has to like. I guess it's not like an auto win because like I still have to play somewhat carefully. Golden Goat kind of invalidates Tapu Lele from coming in at the moment. My Terapagos is pretty like bulky and it's not offensive enough to like kill anything. I don't know what the fuck this Terapagos set was, to be honest. It probably should have just been like AV but like offensive. But Manectric outspeeds everything too, and I can get off my Mega Evolution, which is good because Intimidate could save me in a bad scenario. Overheat does about half to Audino, which is crazy. I'm just gonna Toxic it, and he clicks Wish. That's fine. I'm gonna Volt Switch because it's just extra chip. If he goes Tusk, that's a little bit scary, but I always have like Lele or Torrent can like usually come in on Tusk. So he's gonna Surf, because notably like the Audino stays in. So I'm like, okay. Once he gets his Wish back and takes like the Toxic chip, plus I guess Leftovers isn't losing to Toxic chip at this point, Chi-Yu would just claim the KO with Dark Pulse. So yeah, he's gonna go in the Tusk for some reason, which is attack boosting. And at this point I'm like, please God, don't be max speed, because my Chi-Yu's modest, which doesn't outspeed max speed Tusk. So if, like, he could be booster attack, but he could also be that 300 speed. I'm 299, which was meant to like basically what was it for? I guess it was just to speed creep some other speed creeps like Terapagos, I think. Yeah, basically just speed creep Terapagos. I'm like, oh, I'll just run max speed. Well, I'll run modest but max speed. Dark Pulse is going to basically delete Audino coming in. Dark Pulse will pretty much knock it out. Wait, did that come in? Oh, that came in at full. Okay, I was like, was that not regen? Healer, regen, Klutz. Okay. So yeah, Dark Pulse is gonna knock that out. He's gonna bring in the Lycanroc, which is okay. And Stone Edge is going to land. It's gonna do a lot of damage to Trap, but it's fine because Trap is kind of just there. It's like eat a hit from something and like slow stuff down a little bit. Golden Go's going to eat critical hit Flamethrower, and it does absolutely nothing. And then he's gonna miss Focus Blast. So I'm like, okay, Flamethrower again. So this Golden Go's kind of weird because it's like, I struggled to kill it, but I know at this point that it's max HP, max SpDef, so it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be faster than anything on my team, but it does it invalidates Lele even more than it already did, because Shadow Ball does like 0. I think it does like 40% max to it probably. So I can't. It's like hard to bring in Lele. Chi-Yu can't come in to take a hit. Manectric could come in. but I want to keep Manectric's HP in case that Mew does something interesting. So I'm just like, sure, I guess. He's gonna recover, and I'm like, I think he's gonna T-Wave my Torn, which in hindsight I think is actually a good thing if he T-Waves Torn, because then I could slow U-turn on Golden Go and get in Chi-Yu, because Chi-Yu I have enough HP to get 3 KOs. And basically, if I KO Lycanroc, then I like instant win the game, because Lycanroc is like his only way of doing damage to my team. Or like it's his best revenge killer in most scenarios. Well, it's his way of revenge killing Chi-Yu, I guess, and Chi-Yu outspeeds and kills everything here. Well, maybe not the Mew. But the way he's played the Mew and the Tusk so far makes me think he's not faster than me, so... but he actually brings a Mew here, and it's showing that it's like max HP, I believe, which is crazy. Like, I feel like Overheat shouldn't have done that much to like bulky-ish Mew. But yeah, I'm gonna click Toxic. I am aware of Synchronize, but I'm like, all I need is like... I don't need HP on Manectric, I just need it to like be alive. So I'm gonna bring in Terapagos. Thankfully, Leftovers takes me back up to Terra Shell, and he's forced to switch out because I'm going to... I could have roared, but because he was poisoned and like kind of low HP, he was either gonna have to like take more toxic damage, and tear Starstorm chip, or get roared out. So I was like, I think Terapagos just kind of wins in this situation. And being at full HP is always nice for Terap, and Focus Blast does nothing. He's gonna T-Wave me again. Like, he's trying to predict Torn to come in, or like Lele. Probably not Lele, it's gonna be like Torn. Or he's trying to catch Chi-Yu on a switch, but I don't have any reason to, because I have enough sacks in this scenario. So yeah, we have to play the long game, and I could tell he was trying to find like his out, because he spent like I think he spent like a minute or two on a couple of these turns, because I think he was trying to find an out, but I don't think there is an out for him, because I think for me, I can just kind of sack something. I'm actually going to go hard Chi-Yu here, because he has to recover. And if he doesn't recover, I can revenge kill it with Manectric as well. With, I believe Thunderbolt gets the KO. If he got the KO on Chi-Yu, then Manectric can Thunderbolt. Overheat KO's Tusk. And I can Volt Switch on like everything else, so... Chi-Yu was like pretty safe there, and now Chi-Yu, like, it just forces progress, and I just want to like end this game faster than it has been going. Because it's just been like Golden Ghost stall basically. Lycanroc isn't gonna knock out Terapagos, but yeah, he's just gonna land Stone Edge like casually. I think he's hit all of his Stone Edges. Crazy, but it doesn't really matter, because I think you should prep for every Stone Edge hitting. You can't just pray that something misses, in my opinion. Thunderbolt's going to take Mew down to, like, dead, basically, and I'm just going to Volt Switch out. Basically just to preserve a little bit of HP instead of taking more toxic damage, because Manectric, after intimidating the Lycanroc, can always take a hit unless I get crit by Stone Edge, because main doesn't kill Lycanroc. It just takes a hit from it, but I can basically two-shot it. And yeah, as you can see, because he was at like 31%, when I brought in the Chi-Yu on Recover, if Volt Switch at 25, then Thunderbolt was definitely doing about 31, at least. But yeah, he's going to recover. I'm going to click Heat Wave, see Shadow Balls. Honestly, I think I could just be clicking Focus Blast here. I could just spam Focus Blast until Torn dies, but since he paralyzed me, I'm just going to go for the U-turn. Because if I can U-turn into Chi-Yu, I claim a KO. And he's not Sash Lycanroc. After turn 1, like, obviously he's like choice banned. So yeah, Chi-Yu claims another one here. Dark Pulse will claim the KO. And at this point, I don't need to risk anything. I'm just gonna let him kill Chi-Yu. And because he clicked Close Combat, I can finally bring in my Tapu Lele. I believe this is Tapu Lele's first time touching the field this entire season, and it's gonna get the last KO of the main season. Psychic will knock out the Lycanroc, and that'll be the win for me. as I said, like, this was kind of once Chiyu like killed something, like it was just kind of GG from there because he didn't have any switch into Dark Pulse, which is a little bit unfortunate, I guess, but yeah, like I just had too many sacks. Leafeon and Terapagos being like 3 sacks for me is just like, it was so good for me to just have those around as like sacks so I can bring in Chiyu and kill something. So yeah, GG's to QWERTY. I don't think this means he can make playoffs, which is unfortunate, but I did want to win. Like, I don't want to just like hand someone a free win. And winning feels good, so I would say, like, overall I was kind of just playing more like, I wanted to farm a KO with Manectric. I wanted to make sure Chiyu and Lele could do something this season, and I think like Scarf Lele was like fine in the matchup. Torn and Terapagos are just like defensive mons, and so is Leafeon, so like I feel like I didn't like super indiv, or like I wasn't trying like super hard with the matchup, I guess, but at the same time, like I think what I brought was like the correct things to bring. So like, because Mega Venusaur kind of invalidates like other mons, like Treads really can't do anything with Venusaur around, I guess, or even Tusk really. So like, and Lycanroc outspeeds it. So I thought Treads had like a tough time in this matchup. Knowing that he was Choice Band Lycanroc, kind of, I thought that was weird. I thought that was crazy because I thought Life Orb was better, just because like Stone Edge into close combat killed like a lot of things, or like broke through a lot of things. I don't think he needed Choice Band to like kill everything, especially if it didn't kill Leafeon anyways. But maybe he didn't prep for like max defense Leafeon. I don't know. But yeah, next week I will have next week off actually. Basically, top 2 get a free ride into semifinals. So instead of playing next week, I will see you guys the following week, and yeah, I will see you guys then.